all as a prelude to a guy who's known for his comments himself, Boston Herald columnist and WRKO talk show host Howie Carr, Skyping in from what he might call the People's Republic of Massachusetts. Howie, it's good to have you back on America's Forum.
Thank you, JD. Good to be here. You could have played a cut of Barack Obama claiming victory in Iraq, too. He's done it on more than one occasion, as you well know.
It always seems that, especially for those of us who are conservative and those of us who have run for public office, it seems that there is a clear and present double standard in the way events are covered, and we are seeing it here again. But let me ask you, is this a situation where there is plenty of blame to go around, or does it belong squarely on the shoulders of our current commander-in-chief?
Well, I suppose it does belong somewhat to George Bush. But the fact is, again, if you want to go back, I believe Hillary Clinton voted for the Iraq War resolution, didn't she? And John Kerry, the Secretary of State, voted for the Iraq War resolution. So, again, I guess pointing fingers doesn't mean much at this stage of the game. But JD, I mean, just to go back further in history, I mean, now we're concerned with this group, ISIS or ISIL, Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. Isn't this the same group that 9 or 10 months ago Barack Obama was going to bomb the Assad regime in Syria to protect? I mean, these are the people who are trying to overthrow Bashar Assad, and we're still talking about sending munitions to the people that are trying to overthrow him. I don't quite get it. I also think that the people on the other side, how are they going to explain letting this guy who's the head of this group, Baghdadi, go? I mean, when he allegedly told people when he was cut loose in 2009, he told Americans, "I'll see you in New York." I mean, do we think maybe that was probable cause to keep him under lock and key?
So many disturbing questions, and you mentioned about the shifting alliances. The news this morning coming out of the administration that Secretary of State Kerry has sent one of his key undersecretaries to now actually engage in dialogue with the Iranians to have Iran go into areas of Iraq. Pat Buchanan in our first hour did not have a problem with that. Your take on this curious alliance of convenience or curiosity that may emerge between the United States and Iran?
Well, this is certainly a case of, politics make strange bedfellows, JD. And they say, well, we're going to keep the two issues compartmentalized. Number one, the Iranians getting nuclear weapons, and number two, protecting the sovereign state of Iraq from being overrun. Okay, I understand that, but and Lindsey Graham yesterday said on one of the news shows that this is like World War II when we had to face the problem of Hitler and dealing with Joseph Stalin. But I don't believe Joseph Stalin had ever threatened to nuke the United States of America. I mean, we're dealing here with a country. What are we going to be doing? Running operations with a country that says it wants to destroy the great Satan, that we're on the verge of the end times. I mean, again, I don't know what else we can do. I guess we have to deal with them. They're the leading regional power that could stop this right now. But none of this makes any kind of sense from a geopolitical perspective. What is the strategy here for the U.S.?
Well, Howie, you mentioned Senator Lindsey Graham in passing yesterday on Face the Nation. He talked about this locale, the rise of this caliphate, being the site or being opening a door to another 9/11, to paraphrase him. But of course, you and I and others have talked about, wait a minute, it's our southern border or border security in general that gives us difficulties in terms of our geopolitical situation. We still have the flood of illegal immigrants being bused, flown, and dumped into Arizona. And Howie, we are getting reports now that some of these children are being flown into Massachusetts. Have you heard that? And what reception do you expect for these young illegals who may be showing up via charter flights now in Massachusetts?
JD, I think Massachusetts is the same as most other states. This is nothing new. The city of Lynn, which is just north of Boston, they've been deluged in recent months with these unaccompanied aliens just showing up with their hands out, demanding to be taken care of. But now it's now the problem has been magnified 100 times. As you know, as you may know, Michelle Malkin broke the first story last week that they were being brought into Hanscom and Otis Fields, flown in. Okay, they confirmed it to her. Then the next day, to my newspaper, the Boston Herald, they denied it. Now they seem to be confirming it again, and we can't find out where these people are. We don't know. I mean, nobody has turned up on on any street corners in major cities. There haven't been any sudden upsurge of crime or anything like that. So I don't know where they're sending these people, or if they're just being further dispersed after they land at the Air Force bases.
Well, Howie Carr, it's a story we will continue to follow, and we know that literally you're on top of it as you see this mass illegal migration to Massachusetts, taxpayer financed. As always, Howie Carr, we appreciate your perspective. There's more straight ahead on America's Forum. Please stay with us.